there's so many interviewers. It's like,
I know. I know, right?
yeah.
Yes, you're the first one of the day. You got all my energy so far, so we'll see how well this goes now.
Where do you get your lobster rolls from now that you're in Texas?
I hate lobster. That's why I left Maine.
Oh my, I know.
Like the Maine girl that hates lobsters. That's what I am.
They
I
threw,
was like, really, why am I here? I don't even like lobster or snow. What the heck?
they threw you out, right?
I know, seriously, they probably would have if they knew. I didn't tell too many people there. They got mad at me. All right, so I'll do a quick little intro, and then we will be all set.
Cool.
Welcome to Eventual Millionaire. I'm Jamie Tardy, and I'm really excited to have the enthusiastic Claude Diamond on the show. He is the author of The Gut Sales Method, knows a ton about sales, and has some crazy videos on YouTube. Thanks so much for coming on the show today, Claude.
Thank you for having me, Jamie. This is fun.
You've already made me almost spit out my coffee so far this morning, so this will probably be fun.
It's a gift I have. All the girls say that.
Okay, I love that. So we're going to dive definitely into sales training and tactics and all that fun stuff. But when we were chatting earlier, like, oh, I like this question, so I want to ask you this one question. What's your definition of success?
Great question. I'm so glad I fed it to you earlier. Definition of success is, when you reach a place, this show is called The Eventual Millionaire, and you become a millionaire because you worked very hard, you had some innovative and creative ideas. But success is really not the accumulation of wealth, of all the material things. It's the freedom to know that you could lose it all. You could take everything my wife and I have worked for all our lives, the houses, the savings, the assets and everything. Take it all away from me. Leave me healthy and get me to a telephone, and I will be on top of wage earnings in the next 30 days. And when you have that, you're free the rest of your life. It's not the money that you save. It's the ability to know you could lose it and get it back all again because you have that confidence. You have those skill sets, sales skills, marketing skills. It's that energy, that DNA. And when you have that, you're just free. You can always lose stuff. And if you've interviewed great people, and most of them, myself included, we've lost fortunes too. We've made boo-boos, And the thing is, can you get back on the horse? And when you can do that, you've made it.
So how do you know when you've gotten there, right? Because the thing is, let's say you start having success, but is it a fluke or is it not a fluke? Like, how do you know when your skill set is like, bam, I can do this no matter what?
It's such a long road, I'll be very, should I tell the truth or lie today?
Oh, wait, what? No. Yes, I'm pretty sure truth is good.
Truth is good. I always wanted to be financially free. I've been broke in my life. There were times in my life I didn't have two nickels to rub together. I had great immigrant parents who worked really hard and everything like that. And, we lived a good middle-class life. But I always wanted more because I always saw people around me who had more. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And I did try different things like all of us did. I went to the Guru of the Week Club and different seminars, and I read all these wonderful books and everything. And I always started things and they didn't work and the grass was greener and things like that. But I wanted to be wealthy. And by my definition of wealthy is going to bed and not thinking about money. Have you ever, Jamie, gone to bed 2 a.m. and say, oh, damn, how am I going to pay the rent?
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, oh my gosh, that I was up all night. It wasn't just 2 a.m. It was like, I had to ask my dad for money when I was in college.
I did too. My folks were great. They helped me out in a couple businesses and things like that. They were always supportive and wonderful and positive and everything like that. And maybe that's part of my DNA to get where I wanted to be. But it's a lot about self-esteem, confidence, going out there and hustling and saying this is my focus. This is what I want in my life. Not because I want a Lamborghini in the garage. I just don't want to think about money all the time. And I think we're always overwhelmed by money, and we're always struggling for it. And I was lucky. I found the system, I found the skill set, and I found the people who could help me get to where I wanted to be.
So that's the question then, because as you were going through, like, you tried things, you failed things, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, what's that pivotal moment? And you said, I found this thing. So
Yeah.
you're going to have to tell us what this thing was. Was that the pivotal moment that changed things for you?
I always had the desire. I always had the desire, the focus. I just didn't know which way. I didn't know myself well enough to know what my strengths are. And if it's one thing people should take away, what are your strengths? You're great. You're a great interviewer. You're great on podcasting, and you're a coach. You found what you love to do. I know that about you. And that first, you got to have that passion for finding the thing that you're good at, the thing you enjoy. Because we've all had the corporate job, and I'm a horrible employee, Jamie. I mean, I always think I can do it better, and I just don't play nice with others. You know, I worked for corporations. I have a law degree and all this stuff, and I found I wasn't happy. You know, and so sometimes even the money isn't enough. You know, I always tell people, gee, if you could be a toll collector, and I don't want to offend the toll collectors out there, but if you told me I'd be a toll collector and you'd pay me $1 million a year, you know, what's the highlight of my day? Breaking a 20? I mean, you know, you got to find the passion, what you love, and the pivotal moment. That was the question. I met this wonderful gentleman in New Jersey. I'm originally from New York. You know what I'm saying here? And
all too well, yes.
You talking to me? And I met this wonderful gentleman. He was like a second father. It was just wonderful. He was very successful. I never met a millionaire before. And another tip: if you want to be a millionaire, hang around with millionaires, socialize, network, talk to them, try to be in their sphere of influence, their environment. And his name was Max, and I've never met anybody like this. He was in real estate, which is where I kind of was my first business, real estate. And he would pick up the phone and he'd have this charisma, this natural salesman ability. He'd close deals and make more money in one phone call than I'd make in a whole year doing corporate America. And I said, oh my God, I got to learn from this guy. What is he doing? Can I emulate, copy, plagiarize from this guy? And what I ended up doing with all my degrees and everything, and all my three-piece suit and my exploding rear impact Pinto, was I became a gopher for this guy. I'd fetch him bagels, coffee, pick up his dry cleaning, pick up his wife at the airport. I wanted to be around a person and learn.
How did you do that, though? Because that's the thing.
I begged.
How do I get a you begged.
I begged. I basically, actually, I wrote about it in my book, The Mentor Teaches Success, one of my books, and I kept going. I called his secretary, Brunhilde, because I couldn't get past the guardian at the gate. And I call and I call and I call, almost like the movie Wall Street with Michael Douglas, where he's trying to get to see Gordon Gekko. Same thing, kind of for me. And one day I just said, I was tenacious, you know, I was very young. And I went to the parking lot real early, and I met him there, scared the S out of the guy. And he said, oh, you the guy who's been bothering my secretary, Brunhilde? And I said, yeah. He says, I'll give you 5 minutes. Go down to the 7-Eleven, get me a bagel and a cup of coffee, and get back here quick. And I was lucky. I sold myself to him.
Just because you're fast with a bagel and a coffee. That's really ridiculously impressive.
So maybe that's all you need. Maybe he just liked that I made the effort, you know, to see him. And I learned from this guy. And so, you know, I learned sales, which is kind of my passion now. How to communicate with people, how to talk to people, how to get them to like you. And he was brilliant on the phone. He'd get on the phone, and with all the competition in the world of real estate, people would work with this cute little man in New Jersey who worked out of an office, and he would just do. He was an immigrant also, by the way, and he'd make all this money by using the phone, giving good phone, which is one of my favorite expressions. I think we all have to learn how to give good phone, how to communicate.
Well, one thing I noticed is that you have a corded phone, which I think is insane and crazy, right? Like, you didn't hold up your iPhone.
I have a corded phone. I have a
cordless phone.
Cordless phone. You know,
into the new century.
I have a cell phone. I have a landline still.
I love that you care about the phone. I grew up. Well, I learned business from my mentor, who was very old school, who like made me cold call all the time, and I was scared as all heck to do 50 cold calls a day, right? He's like, you got to get on the phone, and it helped me so much and learn sales and like get people to warm up really quickly and all that. So I want to dive in as deep as we can go in the time frame that we have to go into sales, because most people either shy away from it. I was a Kirby vacuum cleaner salesman when I
I mean,
was
that is
17.
brilliant. Wow.
No, it was horrible because I hated every second of it, and I was a horrible salesperson because I was too nice and I wouldn't do their tactics. And so I thought I just wasn't meant for sales. I was like, no, not my thing, until I met my mentor quite a few years later. And he's like, no, there's ethical selling too. And I was like, oh, who knew? Right? Because I always thought it was bad. I thought I'd have to be a used car salesman in order to do that. But I know you don't now, and sales is one of the main skills that everybody that has a business needs. So why don't we dive into that? Because I know you have your whole sales method. What's sort of that first step for people to know in sales?
First of all, sales is the $1 million skill. I don't care what business you're in, what business you're starting, internet or whatever you sell, vacuum cleaners, real estate, life insurance, okay? You've got to give good phone. You've got to be a communicator. You've got to understand the art and the science of persuasion and influence, okay? Everything, and this goes back to what my definition of success. Okay, find me a good product. Find me the passion for that product. Give me some product knowledge about that product, and teach me how to communicate with people so they don't pull up the drawbridge, so they don't get defensive, so they don't say, what is it? What's the stuff people say? Think about it. Talk to my spouse. I'll get back to you. Send me information. Everything. Why do they do that, Jamie?
To get you off their back.
Yeah. Oh, they're going, oh, God, Martha, another salesperson. We're inundated by salesperson. So you don't want to come across as a salesperson. You need a system of sales. No matter what business you're going in, you're going to have to communicate with people. If you want money, you're going to have to get someone to trust you, the big T. Why are they going to hand you over money to start a new business? Why are people, you've got to get to trust with people so that they see that you're part of the solution, not part of the problem, so that you have something of value to offer. And I'm really big on this. I think no matter, you could have the best business in the world, the best product, the best service. You can do all the things right. You can make 50 cold calls a day. But if you're not making quality calls where you're having good conversations with people and having fun. By the way, I use 3 letters in sales that nobody else uses. Okay, fun. I have a lot of fun talking. I love people. And I think if I talk to enough people every day, my tip to everyone is talk to people, pick up the phone, cold call, do your warm call on the internet, have enough leads and speak to people about your product or service, ask questions that get them involved in the process, in the conversation, and watch the magic happen. By the way, one of my rules of sales, no presentations. Never ask for the order.
What do you mean never ask for the order?
I make people want to buy because they like my product or service. I'm a sales coach, okay? Like, I think you're a business mentor. And I talk to a lot of people all day. First thing I do is I ask them, well, tell me, they come to me and say, well, tell me about your sales training program. I said, I'd be glad to, but first tell me why you think you need a sales trainer. What is your goals? What is your income goals? When do you want to see it happen? Okay. And what's your greatest challenge? Do you have enough leads? What's your conversations like with those leads? Are they, most of people dread sales. They dread public speaking. They dread sales. Why do they hate sales, Jamie?
Because they're not good at it? No.
Yeah, they're not good at it. You're right. They don't go to the bank. They're not making money. And the big one is it's humiliating, it's frustrating, a lot of rejection, and it affects their ego, their id, their super ego. It affects how they feel about themselves. Who wants to go out all day? Who wants to go out there all day long and bang their head on the wall? Okay? It's not fun for most people, but to me, sales is the $1 million skill. And if you're having fun with sales and if you have a system, and if you're talking to people and having these delightful conversations, I even tell my customers, you're going to love this. You know what? I'm the only salesman in the world who tells my prospects to say no to me. Dude, how about that?
That's awesome.
Jamie,
when do you tell them to say no? Not
right in the beginning. Let's role play. Let's role play.
You're just like my mentor. He used to make me role play too. I do the exact same thing.
What a great mentor you had, because that's what role playing, when I do sales, we practice, because it's like, what's your favorite sport? What do you love to do?
UFC. I love UFC. Do you know, like MMA?
What does that stand for?
Mixed martial arts.
Oh, mixed martial. Okay, taekwondo. My kids did that. What happens if you stop doing your mixed martial arts
Right,
for a
stop
couple months?
getting good at it.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're not
you lose
breaking
it.
those boards anymore or anything like that, right?
Yep.
Okay, you got sales is the same way. You've got to be good at it. You got to practice at it. You've got to. I don't believe in scripts either, by the way. No presentations, no asking for the order. Tell the prospect to say no, and no scripts. We
Okay,
use
let me ask you about this
strategy.
because I saw a video because he's got tons of YouTube videos. He gives away his phone number, like all sorts of stuff. Everybody should check that out, definitely. But when I was looking at this, I was like, okay, no scripts. I told you stop. Not everybody's watching on video, so they can't see what you're doing.
My little Energizer bunny
I
just went
know.
across the screen there.
So I know. Now I'm distracted. Okay.
Sorry.
So the thing is that I started with a script. I remember starting with a script. My mentor printed it out for me in grayscale because I was going to people live, and of course I could barely read it. But it took me a long time to get comfortable saying about this stuff, and now I mean I can do it in a second without anything, and I can make it sound really natural, and even people don't understand that it's a process, right? And it's a thing. How does somebody who's brand new not use a script or not have something like that?
Good question. Learn a system. Talk to people. Jamie, when you go to your doctor and you walk in her office, okay, what does she say to you? What's the first thing she says to you?
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Why are you here, right? Does she say, hi, Jamie, how are you? Did you see our coupon in the paper? We're having a special on back surgery today. Hop on the table, honey. Yeah, and the price goes up on Friday. Does she say that to you, your doctor? Of course not. You'd never go to a doctor. Why do we sound like that when we sell? Why do we sound goofy? And why do we think the prospect is we think this prospect is a different species, a Cro-Magnon walking on their knuckles. They're just like you and me. They're the same as you and me. They want good value. They want to buy products and services that solve their needs, their problems, and things like that. They don't want to talk to a clown. And what do? We all read the same script. Hello, Jamie. How are you today? I'd like to talk to you about life insurance. Did you? And what do? They say, oh, God, it's another salesperson.
Yeah.
You're dead. And most people shoot themselves in the foot in the first 5 seconds in sales because nobody woke up this morning and said, I want to talk to Jamie, the vacuum cleaner sales lady. Okay? So we have to get their attention. And well, you know what I give all the people I work with? I give them a 3-minute timer.
Okay.
A 3-minute timer. You know where I got this idea from? My honeymoon.
Okay.
Well, I took.
Wait a minute. Okay.
I took 2 of them. That's a bad joke, and my wife isn't here to hear it.
I know. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll explain it to you later. You're too young.
But
so
why a timer?
The timer is in 3 minutes. I want to have a good idea. Is this a prospect or a waste of time? We have rights in the sales process. We have a right to ask information to qualify the prospect. Do they need what we're selling? Do they want what we're selling? Do they have the ability to make a decision or the authority? And do they have the character to give a commitment? And we ask a series of questions. Then we tell them they can ask us questions. And I always tell everybody, once again, it's okay to say no to me. I try to get a feeling. Do you ever get a feeling in sales where I'm never going to do business with this person? Everybody is not a prospect, Jamie. Some people don't have the money to buy what you're selling. Some people don't need what you're selling. So should we find out in the first couple of minutes, or should we find out after we buy them lattes, dinner, get in our car, drive for a couple hours, and give free consultations for hours at a time? We have rights, and we can work smart, and we can make sales a fun thing. And when sales is fun, and you're selling a good product that gives you a reasonable profit, and life is so good. I love what I'm doing exactly what I should be doing, talking to nice people every day. I schedule my appointments. We role play. We practice sales. I try to teach them all the stupid things I do. I'm the former world's worst salesman. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
I would do, and if it was raining, I'd turn my car around from appointments and go home. Sales to me was like my pants falling around my ankles in front of Santa Claus in the shopping mall. Sales was so embarrassing and humiliating and rejection.
How did you so it was for me too. How did you get over that? Because a lot of people are in that space right now going, well, that's great for you, Claude, because you've been doing this for a long time, or Jamie, you've been doing it for a while. or maybe you came with, you guys are really awesome people person, so therefore it's going to be easier for you. Tell me how that shifted for you.
I had a great mentor who was financially successful. He did it honestly. He was accountable to me. He picked up the phone, which is a premise of my business, getting back to people. I tell people, call me. I answer my own phone. How come nobody else does that? You know, we say we're in a people business. We love people, but we won't give them our phone number. We won't talk to them. We won't get back to them. And so I learned from my mentor that sales could be fun. It could be relaxed. And we had rights in the sale process. From watching him, he was more of a natural, charismatic salesperson. I tried to systematize. I'm a psychobabbler a little. I studied a lot of psychology, and what I did is I quantified how does he do this. And I tried to break it down into 3 simple steps. Should I share everything with your audience today?
Everything,
okay.
All of it.
God,
hold nothing back.
Commando style. I'm going to do agenda. First, we set an agenda. Then we qualify. Next step, like a little staircase. And the third one is commitment close. Agenda, qualify, commitment, close. Should I go over those real quickly?
Yes, everything.
Okay.
Please.
The agenda is basically, hi, Jamie. My name's Claude Diamond. I'm getting back to you, or I'm calling you because I have your number here in front of me. I'd like to find out how we can do business today. And I'm going to ask you some questions. You ask me some questions. If we can do business, wonderful. And I want you to feel comfortable enough to say no to me. Can you do that, Jamie? If
of course.
Thank you. See, I told you off the role play. I told you in the beginning, I always tell people to say no. Why do I do that?
Well, it makes them feel better at the end, and you're asking for them to specifically say yes or no at the end, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Commitment. Yeah.
Do you think I confused the hell out? Have you ever met I'm still waiting. I have never met a salesperson who said, "Hello, Mr. Diamond. Welcome to ABC Ford. And if you don't see what you like, just say no and go home. And it was a pleasure to meet you and your lovely family." Have you ever met this person? I haven't.
No.
Why do you think I do it, though? What's the underlying psychological value of telling people, let's relax, let's ask questions and have a dialogue, see if we're a good fit, and you can say no to me. I say that because I want to very quickly go from likability to trust. This is persuasion, the science of persuasion. Getting people to like you, to trust you, and say, hey, I've never met a person selling. He told me he's going to get the hell out of here in 5 minutes, or I can say no to him. And I think that changes the whole environment of sales. And we all relax and we all take off our salesman prospect hat. And we have a dialogue because I love what I sell. I believe in what I sell, and I think it helps people. And if they come to realize how I can fulfill their emotional needs and greeds and whatever their problems are, occasionally they say the magic word. Yes. And that's good. That makes Mrs. Diamond real happy, and that gets us past the eventual millionaire to a real millionaire, to where we don't think about money all the time. So that's the agenda step. Then we have to qualify the prospect. Do they? And we try to find what I call the emotional trigger. The $1 million rule in sales is that people buy emotionally, but they justify everything academically, intellectually, logically later on. Have we all made a decision emotionally that we live to regret the next day? Okay, I'll stop right. I'll give you a great example, if I could. I hope I'm not. My wife and I are driving out of the Costco parking lot, and there's this gentleman there with 5 little children behind him. It was a perfect stage, right on the street there in San Diego. And the sign said, "Lost my job, my children are hungry." Oh my God, Jamie! Jamie, I grew up in New York City. I can't give to every street person, But I saw this sign. My wife was trying to say, "Honey, pull over." I don't like children. I mean, I've never seen. Think about a stage. I reached my pocket, gave him money, and so feed these kids. And then we drove away. As we're driving away, the blood pressure and the heart still slows down, and the emotions calm down. What do you think's going through my head as we're driving down the road?
Are those his kids?
Are those from Rent-A-Kid, or was that a scam, or whatever? How fast did I make that decision?
Yeah, it was like this.
So if we can find, by asking questions in the second step, okay, getting the information, qualification, and we can find those by the way we ask questions, and that's what I basically work on with people. How do we ask the right questions so people get emotionally involved? And then they make that decision and they say, you're right, I need it. I don't like hungry children, whatever it is. And then we have to justify it in the very end with our presentation. And we say to these people, now this is why, let's justify it. This is really this is the intellectual part, why you should buy my coaching services or my book or my life insurance or whatever I'm selling. So we start emotionally and we try to get intellectually through our questions. And then we go to the commitment and a close. And
well, I have a few questions on
sure, I'm sorry, I'm talking
steps.
so fast.
So how do we find out with the emotion, how do we get to those emotional triggers? Because as we're asking questions, sometimes people won't even notice that there's emotional stuff with it. How do we figure that out?
Same way your doctor does it. We ask questions. Okay, we try to ask questions. This is where it gets a little tricky here. We ask questions that with positive and negative redirection. We say, Jamie, or Jamie, what do you think what is the biggest problem you have in your business and getting? What's your biggest problem with getting leads right now? Or Jamie, what do you think is your biggest challenge? Or Jamie, I don't suppose if we could solve your problem, you'd want to start right away with my coaching program, would you? That would be a negative redirection. So we learn to ask questions, and this is where it takes a lot of practice. Okay, but once you master the system, you're on automatic pilot. So you ask these questions, you get the prospect talking more than you, which is blasphemy in sales school.
Really?
No presentations, don't ask for the order, no scripts. You become Dr. Jamie. You ask questions, you get them emotionally involved with it, and you get them telling you. They actually become the salesperson. Okay? I told you I'm a little psychobabbler. And eventually, the prospect starts selling themselves. They sound like the salesperson. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I do need it. Do you think this would work? That would work. How much does it cost? Do you do financing? And they start interviewing me and asking me questions. While we're doing this process, we do something also very important in the science of persuasion. We do something called stroking, nurturing, and empathy. I hope I'm not getting too technical, but basically my job, I think people buy from me because they feel good. My job is to make people feel good, not to pressure them, not to bully them, but to say, a lot of times I'll say to people, good question, thank you for asking. I wish more people would ask that. Jamie, that necklace is where my grandmother's 97th birthday is coming up soon. She loves, where would I buy something like that? That's beautiful. See, that's a stroke.
Best job in the world. You just get to help, make people feel good. That sounds awesome.
Make people feel good, but do it sincerely.
Yeah,
because people will see a phony like that. And when we meet people, do you ever notice that some people can go into a room or a party and right away meet strangers, meet new people, or start? You're probably great at that. That's why you're doing what you're doing. See, that was a stroke just now.
Good job.
Okay, see, and you do it in such a way that most people won't see it. I'm telling you what I'm doing it. When you're stroking, nurturing, and you're empathetic, what does that person feel? Do they see me as someone who wants to put my hand on their wallet, or someone they like, someone they want to talk to, someone they want to get information from, someone maybe are we going to get closer and closer together, or am I pushing them away because I'm a jerk sales guy who's saying, well, the price goes up on Friday and, press hard here, Nobody wants to, you can't sell like it's 1975 because it's 2015, Jamie. It's a different world. People are more sophisticated. They want to buy things, but they want value. They want trust. And you got to learn how to speak to people. You go to a restaurant today. What do you see? What do you see a couple doing a lot of times now? They're texting. They're doing. They don't communicate anymore. They're texting each other, right? Yeah. I learned this from my kids. Texting. We can't talk anymore. We got to learn how to speak to people and create the environment and adapt to the needs of. That's why I believe in strategies, not scripts. Okay. Because some people are introverts, some are extrovert, some are adovert. That's the new term that came out in the Wall Street Journal. What is this person like? Do they need what I'm selling? Can they afford it? Are they willing to finance it? How do they make decisions? And do they have the character to keep a commitment? My nickname is One Call Close Claude.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, because I get right to the heart of the situation and I tell them, I'm totally transparent. I tell them what I'm doing while I'm doing it. I tell them it's okay to say no to me. And this is a term I invented. It's called firing the prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can sell everybody?
No.
Of course not. But there's still gurus out there, sales trainers saying everyone's a prospect. That's a lie. That's not true. Okay, so I fire prospects. If they don't have the money, I'll say, gee, Jamie, it was great to talk with you. And when your budget allows you to buy my vacuum cleaner, please, here's my card. Please call me back. Maybe I'll follow up in 60, 90 days when you win the lottery, okay? But boom, I'm done. I'm out of there. Okay?
How short do you make that? Like when you know that they don't have enough money?
Jamie, it doesn't sound like, let's role play. Jamie, it doesn't sound like we're going to do business today. I know you want my vacuum cleaner and everything. Your house sure needs it. No, I wouldn't say that. But
that wasn't a joke at all. No.
I told you I have a lot of. Ask. Tell me. You need to talk to your husband before you make a decision.
Oh, I need to. I just need to check with my husband. I mean, to make sure.
It's a good idea. Let me check with my wife if it's okay to sell you first. And then I'll go, hey, honey, is it okay to sell Jamie? And so my wife's sometimes in the other office because she helps me with the business. And she said, yeah, go ahead and sell. And prospect hears this, and they're, what's going on here? And they either laugh or they get mad at me, which either way I can fix.
Okay, how do you fix it? So I deal with that quite a bit. I like letting them talk
Make
to
them
their
laugh.
significant others. Okay.
What's your greatest gift? You smile a lot.
I do.
You're a natural, happy person. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that's your gift. Use it. Make them laugh. Make them smile. If part of persuasion is likability. If they like you, guess what? There's a million people out there that do what you and I do. Why are they going to pick Jamie or Claude to do business with today? When there's all this competition, they have bigger advertising budgets, they have 100 employees, fancy offices all over. Why are they going to give their hard-earned money to Jamie, the business coach?
Yeah, it's funny. People, when I get on sales calls, will be like, you're like a celebrity. I love you. I'm like, and I don't even have to do anything right now. That's so amazing. Right? So they know, like, and trust me already before I even hop on the phone with them.
Yeah, because you're in the media, you give great information for people, you do a great job entertaining for free, okay? And they've already said, gee, it's a privilege to see you. I have 200 videos on YouTube. I am not very non-commercial. I don't say give me, buy. I say call me. I answer my own phone. I want to talk to people. Guess what? This is a big revelation I'm going to share with your audience. Guess what happens when you talk to enough prospects on a daily basis, Jamie?
Some of them will say yes.
Yes. And your bills are paid. Your rent is paid. You accumulate wealth. You accumulate money while you're having fun. And you can eventually... I could have retired 15 years ago. Okay, on my real estate, on our savings. My wife and I are very conservative. We've always lived beneath our means. And, we don't have Lamborghinis, but we lease our cars. And we like driving nice, big, safe cars and things. We like having no mortgages and things like that. We've invested in real estate. But we did it through something. We just did it by giving people good value, good service. And the secret is I love what I'm doing. And that's all I need. I don't need all the big fancy stuff. I don't need a corporate. I have a corporation, but I don't need 50 employees and giant office buildings and stuff because the technology today allowed my business to grow spectacularly. We used to spend, I'm not kidding you, over $10,000 a month in marketing costs. With with everything we have today, anybody can start a business. Anybody can grow a business using social media, using podcasts, using YouTube. I have 200 videos on YouTube where I give tons of free information to people because they don't know who I am. They didn't wake up this morning and say, gee, I'm going to call Claude Diamond and give him a lot of money. But they said, sales is not easy for me. I need more leads. I need to get more comfortable on the phone. I need a system. They go on in Google. They search for sales training. They see all my videos about how to qualify, how to overcome objections, how to feel comfortable and confident and have fun again in sales. And they watch it, and some of them go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. See how I slid that in there? And nice. And this is how I get all the leads I need. And I talk to nice people. Some say yes, many say no. But the business grows and grows because we have the passion, we have the knowledge, and we have a sales system.
Okay, so I have a ton of questions. I want you to finish out the sales system that we have, and then I
Oh,
want to
I never
transition
finished.
a little into the amount of leads and stuff like that. So I know what step were we on, so I
We
want to make sure we
I'm
finish
sorry.
that train of thought.
We did the agenda, we did qualification, learning how to ask questions, interview the prospect, and then we go to the commitment close. And I basically will do a summary, and I will get a commitment, and then I will give the presentation, and then I will say, Jamie, I understand you have a problem in sales, you need more leads, you want to be more comfortable on the phone. If I can help you solve that in the next 30 days that fits within your budget, how would you feel about that? Say yes.
I'd feel great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamie, I'd love to work with you. My card's on the table. We can start next week. We can work out the financing or whatever I charge so it fits comfortably in your budget so you're making more money so you can afford to pay me. And what would you like to do next, Jamie? And it's still okay to say no to me. You love me now.
I love you.
Because I was straightforward.
Next week.
Yeah. And boom, that's the commitment close. And if you say no,
because if I can trust you that you are going to deliver more value than I'm paying you, it's a no-brainer in that sense.
What a shock! What a shock! If we find people that it's like today, word of mouth is so big on the internet and stuff. When you have a favorite restaurant, and I say to you, Jamie, I'm new in you're in Austin?
Austin.
You're in Austin. Jamie, I love Italian food. Is there a good I'm in New York. What's your favorite Italian food in Austin? And you say Giuseppe's down the street or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know what.
I love pizza. It's my biggest challenge in Colorado is finding good pizza.
Come to Austin.
Come to Austin. But the thing is, word of mouth. You're gonna now tell me about your place. And the thing about it is, I get a lot of word of mouth or referrals also from the people I work with. Who doesn't love referrals from your pre-existing client base? So now we have the internet giving me leads and everything. So 3 steps: agenda, qualification, commitment, close, having fun in sales, synthesizing it so we're not wasting a lot of time getting in our car, driving through traffic, buying people lattes who will never buy from us, working ultra smart, and having fun on the way to the bank. That's what the gut system is about. 3 steps, takes a little work, takes some study, takes some practice, but is it worth it? You bet. Because sales is the $1 million skill, Jamie.
I agree with you 1,000%. Tell me this though, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I am talking to people," and then when you look at their number, I've asked before, they're like, "Oh, I feel like I've done so many of these," and I'm like, "How many?" And they're like, 5, and I'm like, "Well, you probably need to do a lot more than talking to 5 people, or however, you know what I mean." So give me some numbers, or give me some idea of what this looks like for somebody who's hustling, who's like really hustling.
I keep it real simple. I call it Claude's rule of 5. Have you spoken to 5 new prospects a day? Okay.
Every day.
Every day. Can you just talk to 5 new people? I don't care if it's warm, lukewarm, or cold calls. But you got to set up a marketing system. We all love the warm calls. Who doesn't? We have the follow-up calls, which are lukewarm, and we have the cold calls. I'm a big believer in cold calling.
You are.
I can convert any cold call. You could go to a phone book right now, pick out a phone number, and I could call that person without my pants falling around my ankles. Okay.
We should have set that up. That would have been really
Let's
fun.
do it. Say hello. say hello real quick.
Hi.
Hey, hi. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Claude Diamond. I've got your number in front of me. You are?
I'm Jamie. Who's this?
Claude Diamond, Jamie. And this. Why am I calling you Jamie? I apologize. I'm a little embarrassed. Why do I have your number in front of me?
That I have no idea.
Neither do I. You didn't call me up about sales. You're not in business, are you?
Well, I am.
Yeah, you're not in sales. You don't ever have issues with sales training where you need more leads and you need to qualify people in the first 3 minutes, do you?
Well, I kind of, but like what? What? Okay, so how did
Boom.
you get
So off the role play. There's many different ways to do this.
That was awesome, though.
Did I lie?
I lie? I did not give you an easy time either. That's really awesome.
Yeah, we could do let's do another segment someday of just role playing and do that.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. So it's so funny because my mentor used to do the exact same thing. He'd put me on the spot as hard, and I'd be like, and I was horrible at first. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but then I got better and better. And
you got better. You got natural. You got relaxed. What you want to do is absolutely the opposite of the other 99% who is your competition. They're going to call up and say, "Hi, I want to talk to you today about," and right away you're saying, "Click, take me off your list." You have to ask a question or act confused or do something. All I said to you was, is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? You said yes. Hi, my name's Claude Diamond. Why am I calling you? And you're
Yeah,
going,
I'm
well, you
like, wait,
called
what
me.
question is that?
And there's so many other variables of this way to do this. Just to get my foot in the door, to have a conversation with people, to ask a question. Would you like more leads? What is your biggest challenge in business? Can I send you my book for free? Something to get a dialogue with people, because we never, for a lot of people getting started in business, it takes a little time and money sometimes to get enough leads in your marketing plan.
Yeah, definitely.
So how do you fill the gap? You fill the gap with cold call, reasonable cold calls.
So because a lot of people come to me and they're like, because I like cold calling. I tell people to cold call. I feel like it just makes them get outside of their comfort zone a lot quicker. But a lot of people come to me and they're like, I want to just email a bunch of people first and see if I can get them on the phone so it's warmer. So what do you say in regards to that?
What happened? Email is the same as like doing postal mailing. What's your ROI on that? What do you do? We are inundated with email. Remember when emails were cool? 15 years, you've got mail, oh boy. Today you're going, oh, delete, spam filter, whatever. Okay. But I get up in the morning and I see after the filter kicks in and I see 75 emails. I'm going, oh boy, there's an hour and a half of my day shot to hell. Your email for marketing and prospecting is lost. It is dead. You're doing yellow letters or mailers and things to people from an obscure mail list that is not a dedicated list, is a waste of thousands of dollars. This is the best time in the world to start a business. We have social media. We can give people content, awesome content. And they'll say, I never heard of Jamie or Claude, but I like the information. I like it's entertaining, it's humorous, it's informative. Maybe I should go to their webpage. Maybe I should sign up for their newsletter. Maybe I should, God forbid, call them up. Okay, so why can't we do all that? So that old school marketing, it's crazy. And there's so many gurus out there that are still teaching it. And there's a lot of people my age say, oh, I don't want Facebook. I don't want to do Facebook. Hey, genius, 1.4 billion people a month are going on this, and you're not marketing on there? Are you insane? Okay.
What are your best marketing tactics? Because that's the thing, too. People are always like, okay, great, I need leads, which I love cold calling, because it's like, well, you could have them right this second if you really want to.
Yeah.
Or you can go more of an inbound strategy. So, like your YouTube videos. If you could sort of give us a list of the top 3 marketing tactics that you use, well, what's working?
It's a great question. Thank you. God, we could do a seminar on that, too.
We need to talk all the time.
Oh, God, I love talking about marketing because I love warm leads, because then warm leads are so much easier than cold calls, truth be told. We have to convert the cold calls to warm calls like we were just discussing. But in terms of marketing, my premise, and I think everybody who's starting a new business right on the kitchen table, your premise is that you are a secret. No, okay? So how do we get people to discover you without being commercial, without being schlocky? You got to first be honest with yourself. What is your strength? Your strength is as an interviewer, as a podcaster. My strength is I like video. Okay, I'm a nut. I'm a goofy guy. I love to entertain and have fun with people. To all things to thine own self be true. So I go on YouTube every week. I do 1, 2, 3 videos. I try to pick topics with the sexy title. And I try to give really good information in a 3 to 5 minute context. And then I hope people will click on the subscribe or call me up, and I give them stuff for free so they learn more and more and more about me. So we can't just go into, we have to use our strength, and my media is YouTube. After YouTube, I'll make a video of a good topic, and then I will link it to Twitter, to Facebook, to Instagram, to LinkedIn, whatever is out there. All I got to do is click little buttons, send out my little video all over the place. While I'm doing that, I will a lot of times when I'm doing recordings, like I will do I will do Periscope and Meerkat. Live streaming.
So while you're videoing the regular video, see, I've been thinking about doing that too. I've been doing a lot of Periscope lately. It's been so fun, and I've been thinking about while I'm videoing regular, because otherwise it has to be like a long form, which is annoying. Periscope only saves it portrait, which is a pain in the butt, right?
Yeah, I love the live streaming is the biggest technological change. It only happened about 90 days ago. I have my own NBC now, nothing but Claude. I can broadcast when I'm doing phone calls, when I'm doing training, when I'm doing podcast interviews, whatever I'm doing, I can broadcast. Now, all of a sudden, 200-300 people come on Meerkat or Periscope and they say, "Who is this nutty guy? What is this sales system? What is this about?" I'm not a secret anymore. So once again,
that makes me want a Periscope right now while we're doing this.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's so crazy.
all the time. Use this wonderful technology. Everybody's got an iPhone. Everybody can broadcast on Meerkat and Periscope. Everybody can record on Google Live events and then upload to YouTube. Yep. But it's got to be. Here's the thing. You can't just sit on the camera and read a script. Hello, Mike. You can't do that. It's got to be interesting. How about that? How about entertaining? Make them laugh. Make them cry. Inform them. And by no means make it commercial. People, especially your generation, you're a millennial, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, millennials hate commercials.
Yes, they do.
You invented Netflix and Hulu and all this. You don't like commercials. You're much smarter than my generation. Okay?
Stroke. Okay,
you see, you know it now. But the thing is, if it's non-commercial, you can't just say, give me, trust me. You've got to earn the right when you're selling people to gain that likability, to gain that trust. And you have to give good product and service. And guess what happens? The magic always happens, Jamie. It always happens.
I love that, always. And I don't use absolutes all that much. But I know if you keep moving forward and you keep moving forward, it adds up and it will eventually come to fruition. You'll get better. Things will happen as long as you keep moving forward on those next
have some passion about your business, your product, your service, what you're selling. Okay? It doesn't have to be death of a salesman. Okay? It can be so much fun. And I'm an introvert. I know you're going to say I'm the key. I sat in the back of the room, never raised my hand, never asked pretty girls like you to dance and stuff like that. It was very shy, horribly shy.
Me too, actually. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, and I found out that maybe I can flip a switch once in a while and be the extrovert or the ambivert, they call it now, where sometimes I can listen and learn, and sometimes I can give information, share information, be entertaining, put the lampshade on my head. And that the thing about it is we can change, we can learn, we can adapt. And these are all the things that make a person an eventual millionaire into a real millionaire.
I love this. And I know you have to run soon because we should totally do another one. We should totally do one that's actually like role play because I really feel like people need to hear that stuff and not enough people do. I'm sure you have someone who will link up to videos and all that fun stuff. But I asked the same last question and it's what's one action this week? And I specifically want to know about this week because we're actually running a challenge right now. If you go to eventualmillionaire.com/challenge, it's a 7-day sales challenge, making $1,000 in 7 days, 7 days to 1K. Okay, so I figured you'd like this. This is perfect to have you on. So what can they do this week that will move them forward towards their goal of $1 million?
Okay, do something, first of all, do something you love, something you believe in. Okay, if you love water skiing, write a book about water skiing, make a video about water skiing, interview a great do something you have a passion or an interest in, because it can't, I know we all want the money, okay, but we want to do something that has legs and longevity. So do something you're passionate about, something you believe in. Study that thing. Read everything you can on it. Talk to people. Get mentors in that field. Talk to people who are successful, knowledgeable, who did it honestly. And then give good phone. Learn a sales system. Learn how to talk to enough people. And you will make as much money as you want if the product or the service is reasonable and you have enthusiasm about it. You can change your DNA. You can change the spots. But, life is too short to drink cheap wine and drive a Yugo, okay? Let's do something we love that's practical. Let's call 5 prospects and new prospects a day. Let's ask questions and not give presentations and not sound like a used car salesman. And the magic will always happen and you will make your $1,000 that week, that day, that hour.
consistency and keep moving forward and getting better and better and better. I love this.
Yeah.
And tell us where we can find more from you, where your videos are, maybe how we can follow you on Periscope, all that fun stuff.
Just ClaudeDiamond.com is my webpage. I've got videos there. Go to YouTube, youtube.com/cdmentor, or just type in Claude Diamond. I have a free newsletter. Oh, I have a free book. Can I give anybody something for free? Okay,
Who says no to that?
I have a free book. Anybody who goes to my web or calls me 970-726-7979 or goes to my webpage and puts in and just types in on the form there, I'll send you my free book. It's a Horatio Alger story about a guy who couldn't sell, and then he learns from the mentor how to sell, and it's a happy ending. I love happy endings.
Perfect.
And it's free. And it's free. I sell it on Amazon all day long. Your viewers get it all for free.
So what's the link again? Say it one more time.
ClaudeDiamond.com. And go in there. There's a little form there, a subscription form. Fill it out. We'll send a PDF book to you right away. And this has been so much fun. It went too fast.
I know. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Claude. I extremely appreciate it. It was so much fun. Thanks for putting me on the spot and making me laugh. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an awesome day.
You too. Thank you.
And we're done. And we're 5 minutes.